Just a quick update on the TR2 disassembly. Had a couple more days, because I don't work 8 hours obviously, but a few hours every day for the last few days. And this is the car. As you can see, got the rear panels off, rear fenders. There's some unusual damage here. I don't know what exactly did that. Some sort of a, looks like a puncture. There's a dent in this fender out here, but nothing that would have caused that. No. Huge amount of slack in the rear end, so I'm not sure what that is. Somebody had been through here and must have tried to take these fenders off before, because they cut the heads off these bolts. And they'd broken a few others, and I got most of the ones that were left. I got them out, I just let them soak with penetrating oil. This is a piece of aluminum somebody put over. The rocker panel is shot. And the floors, they're rusty here. This is actually a different, this section is a different plate and it's rusted there, but that's just flat, so that'll be easy to fix. At this point, I'm really thinking I'm going to replace the floors, get new inner rocker panels which have the body mounts, and then the outer rocker panels. And I think the outer or the inner rocker panels include this piece. This all looks pretty good. And I think this piece that's rotted away down here is the end of that, so that'll come back. This doesn't look too bad here. See, I got the front fenders off. I found some more time damage. Look at this huge crack here. It's just this fatigue from the fenders doing this. The side here, it's cracked and it broke the body mount off. Still need to take the steering column. I left the steering column in because I've had it on and off the lift a few times now. So this, I mean, it's surface rust on this stuff, but you know, it's not that thick. So I think, you know, wire brush, some rust converter, put some paint on it, and I think that'll all be good. On the bottom of this dog leg here is pretty bad. But this roll section right here is intact, so it's really just this flat section that rotted out. And you can see somebody plastic the heck out of this before. So, and there's a lot of plastic right here, but I think I can change that out pretty easily. This doesn't look too bad. And this is one area that has worried me since I picked the car up. When I went and found this car out in the field with a polished brush, there were flannel shirts laying here, and they've been laying there for years. And you can see they rotted this, and it's not bad, but it's a lot thinner than it is over here. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with that. That this panel is not available, but it looks pretty flat. And this piece around the fuel filler, this is raised slightly. It's like, you know, coming up like that. But if I cut in this section, it looks like it only has a curve in this direction. So that won't be too bad. This was punched in pretty hard, and I just started playing with it a bit the other day, and actually got most of it out just with a, you know, rubber mallet. There's a strut on the inside right there. I think if I cut that strut out, can really get this flat, and then I can just weld it back in. The spare tire box is pretty clean. The trunk floor is not too bad, except for here where the gas tank was, but again, this is all flat panel work. So, you know, you get a piece of sheet metal and make that long break on it. Do that, and this is all solid again up here, so I can just weld that in, and it's under the gas tank anyway, so not too bad. There's a lot of little pings and dings on it, but it doesn't look like it's ever been hit hard. Got some more rust on the bottom here, but again, inner fender. I think once we replace this, which comes all the way back through here, this is the piece and a few pieces of metal where it doesn't really matter too much. And again, that edge is pretty much there. And of course, this is where the aluminum covers go. So just get it looking good, and it'll get covered up, and that should be fine. So I got most everything out. I still need to undo the back of the car is pretty much done now. I still need to take the dashboard out, and today I'm gonna clean out this rat's nest. Got the gas tank out, and believe it or not, it still had a quart or so of fluid in it. This is the nastiest smelling gas you ever want to see. Is almost black, dark brown. It's interesting. I spilt a little on the concrete and took a flame to it. It doesn't even hardly burn anymore. But hopefully that will save the bottom of the tank. The tank itself doesn't look too bad. It doesn't seem to have any holes. And because this was in the bottom, hopefully that took care of the moisture. It was interesting. When I took it out, the vent was missing. All it was is this, I think there's a banjo fitting goes here with a bolt through it, and that's just missing. No idea where that's gone to. So we'll have to take care of that. So I'm kind of thinking that I might weld these back together before I take it off the chassis to get everything back where it belongs while it's still bolted down, because I'm going to have to take, basically the whole center of the car is going to come out. If I remove the outer rocker, the inner rocker, the floor pan on both sides, that's the whole car separated. So I did have about a couple of angle irons. I'm going to get them up high, somewhere up here or across the top of the door. I'm not quite sure yet. I may buy another set to get down here low before I cut this up, because I want to get the body off first. I'll put the top braces on, and then we'll lift the body up with the lift, roll the chassis out from underneath it, and then I can use the engine hoist and lift the body and probably put it over here somewhere on a couple of sawbucks, so we can work on that. But this surprised me. I had not, because I've not done a really old car like this for a long time, and I've never had an early TR down to this level. I've done a lot of TR4s, but that's really tweaked. Like I say, it's doing it on both sides, so it seems to be normal, if you want to call it that. But I mean, you know, the car is 67 years old. There's a lot of time for metal fatigue to set in. Well, those are the only two real cracks that I think that I've seen. There's that little bit of damage in the back. We got a bit of rot here, but again, this is flat. You know, the complicated part is solid, so I can get a bit of metal welded in there. That's no big deal. And the floors aren't bad, price wise. I think for both floors and all the rocker panels and all that stuff, it's like $700 maybe. And I'll have to go get I'll get another sheet of the last body I did, I think was 16 gauge. I'll double check the gauge. Go get another sheet of flat metal, because over the years I've used up the last sheet that I bought, but I'll need a fairly big piece there and some other bits and pieces here and there for sure. And it's nice to have just some fresh metal to start with. Anyway, so that's today's update. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll probably see you when I'll video when I lift the body off, because I'm sure you guys will want to see that. And we'll see you next time. Bye.